Hello, today we are going to learn about two types of fire ants that you might encounter on your camping trip. If you look closely at your environment while you are outside, you might be able to find fire ants. And if you look even more closely, you might be able to tell what kind they are. There are two distinct types of fire ants that you might encounter, and while they look similar, there are ways to tell them apart. There are polygyne ants and monogyne ants. Monogyne, having the prefix mono, meaning one, means that the ant colony only has one egg-laying queen. By contrast, polygyne ants with the prefix poly have many egg-laying queens. These two types of ants also have different dispersal habits. This means that when the number of ants in the colony gets high, or there are a high density of ants, some ants will leave and form a new colony. This is also known as budding. When a monogyne ant colony buds, the ants will travel very, very far, often over 1 kilometer to colonize a new area. Polygyne ants differ in that when one colony buds off of another, they tend to stay within 10 meters of the original colony. This is an easy way to tell a monogyne colony and a polygyne colony apart. Monogyne colonies have one queen as well as one anthill. Polygyne ants have multiple queens as well as multiple anthills close together. Polygyne ants are actually an invasive species, which means they are not native to this area and were introduced to the area and impact native ant species. A study done that created corridors, or pathways that connected multiple habitats together, showed that the high-density polygyne ants had more of an impact on native species because they were more likely to travel short distances and colonize an area with a large number of ants. This is because the corridors made it easier for the ants to travel to new destinations to colonize. Humans can make it easier for polygyne ants to travel because we clear areas and create these corridors. These ants do not like to come across obstacles, and humans clearing land means that polygyne ants can travel and spread more easily because we have connected multiple habitats together. In this scenario, this is a bad thing because polygyne ants have a negative impact on native ant species. Monogyne ants did not heavily populate areas because they were more likely to bud off and colonize an area that was further away. So remember, polygyne ants have more than one queen and more than one anthill very close together, and you're more likely to find many ants in a small area. Monogyne ants have one queen and one anthill and have fewer ants present. See if you are able to identify these two types of ants on your trip.